And welcome back to DIY Willy. If you watched my previous video about starting the BAJA RZR Project 2.2 liter Ecotec engine, then you might have picked up that I said the gas gauge didn't work. The gas gauge and the sending unit are different ohms, and the ohm range depends on where the needle is, full or empty or whatever, and you really got to find the right, or as close to as you can, ohm range when you're buying a gauge to match the sending unit. It's really hard to do. I searched for a long time trying to find the proper gas gauge. I mean, I could have just went back and used the Polaris gas gauge and whole little speedometer thing cluster that it had, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to have something different for this engine because this is a different kind of car. So after doing lots of research online on trying to fix and figure out the gas gauge, I came up with something. What I found was, let's see if it says anything on here. This is a what is this called? Fuel sender to gauge converter module, ohm adjustment to any sender to any gauge. How about that, right? So this should correct the ohm readings from the sender to the gauge and allow the gauge to read correctly. Now how it does that is adjustable, and then you adjust it, put the needle where you want it, you hit it, select to keep it, and so on. So I picked this up off the old eBay from Old New Parts. They sell it. It's brand name. Let's see. I believe the brand name is Dolphin or something like that. I may be wrong. I might not be. Anyway, it's very little. It's just a little box. And let's see. Let's get it out of the box. Comes with some screws to screw it down, and then it comes with the actual little unit. Now the reason I say Dolphin is because it's got a dolphin on it. I don't know if you can see that, and it even says Dolphin on the bottom. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It's got 4 wires coming out of it, a ground, an input, and an output, and a positive, right? So I have all that right here. I think we're going to go ahead and try to correct the gas gauge with this, and hopefully when we plug it into the new pump, it'll read the same. So I'm going to use the pump that we took out because the fuel sending unit was good on that, and I don't see any problem using it with that one and having it work with the new one as well, the new pump. So what do you say we dive into this and figure it out and get it wired up and see if we can adjust it for our ohms and make our gas gauge work correctly? Because right now it's not. Let me show you. We've got power to the system. We can turn it on, and when we hit the main switch here, you'll see that it jumps to full automatically. We're nowhere near full on the gas. We might have a half tank right now, so it's really off. Let's go ahead and put that in there, see if we can adjust it with the other gauge, the other sending unit, see if we can get the gauge in the parameters it needs to be at to show accurate full or empty. So, or half, whatever. So, because actually when the tank was empty, you're at half. So we're about a half tank off. Anyway, yeah, let's get this figured out, get it wired up, and see what we can do. Okay, so I split the fuel pump wire, or the fuel sending unit wire, and I got it attached to the brown wire, which is the output to the gauge, and the yellow wire, which is the input from the sender. Now I got left to connect are the red and the black, and I have a couple spots over here I can tie them into, being ground block and my switch right here. So I'm going to connect those wires, and then I've already taken the screws out of the back of the box and put the screws back in the box it came in. And then here's what it looks like inside to do the adjustments, and we'll get set up to do that as soon as I connect these wires. So we've got the old fuel pump in the box the new one came in. We'll just dig it out here so we can use it for the adjustment. Hopefully this goes as planned. I really want this to work. I don't want to take the other fuel pump out to do this. So it should work here. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. So we're going to unplug the new one. Really a tight fit. And then we'll go ahead and plug in the old one like that. Now we should have full range of motion for the gas gauge. Let's see. Yep, that would be full. That would be half. That would be empty. Okay, so it says, see what the instructions say. Unscrew the 2 screws holding the cover of the module. Yep, did that. Press and hold F button and turn key on. Red LED should come on. Raise float arm to full position. Okay, we can do that. Ah, the fan's blowing. Hope it's not too much noise. We can do that. So what's the F button? Oh, that's the F button. That would be the F button right there. Full. It says F on it. Okay, so unscrew, press and hold the F button, and turn on the key. The red LED should come on. Okay, let's do that. Press and hold. Let's see. I'll put you guys over here. Press and hold the F button and turn on the power. Where's the red LED? Oh, there's a red LED right there. Now, let's see, raise float arm to the full position. We'll call that full. It's showing 3/4. And then turn variable resistor screw needle showing full on gauge clockwise. Then F button and then press F button and release. Okay, so we're gonna turn this little thing right here clockwise. It's going down. We got to turn it counterclockwise to go up. Okay. And then press that button and release. Move the float arm on the sending to half position. Okay. So half position. So in half position, turn the needle resistor screw until the needle reads. Press H. Where's H? Which one's H? Oh, that's the middle one. Okay. So we're going to turn this. It ain't moving. There it goes. Till it reads half. And press H. Okay. Move float to the E position. Move it all the way down. Empty the gauge, button on E. Turn the variable resistor and release. Okay. Now we turn it again. To get it to read E. And press E. Which one's E? Okay. Press E and F simultaneously and release. Release. Turn the key off, wait 5 seconds, then turn back on. Check sender function. Okay, turn that off. Wait 5 seconds. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Then turn. Check. Then back on. Nope. Oh. Hey, it worked. Ha. Look at this. Check this out. There's the gauge in the empty position. There's about half right there. See that? From empty to half. And here's full. Look at that. That's all the way to full position. Perfect. Look at that. Wah, 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 wah. Whoa, I'm running out of gas fast. Oh, better go to gas station. Whoop. That is so cool. That is so cool that it worked. So now I'm going to button it all up, and we'll connect to the gauge that's in the razor on the fuel pump, and we'll see what the gas actually reads. All right, we're connected back down here on the fuel pump, and we're going to give it a whirl up here. Now this has about 3 gallons in it, maybe 4 gallons, so it'll be a little over a half or about a half. Who knows? Right around the half mark on the gauge. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. It worked. Yes. I'm loving it. That worked perfect. That was another successful DIY Willy project. I'll go ahead and I'll put the cover back on the box, and I'll find a way, some place to zip tie it and the wires out of the way. For now, we're gonna leave it like that, but as you know, the engine's is about to eject a rod, so we gotta tear the engine down and put rod bearings in it before we can go much further. And I'm gonna go ahead and tear everything out, including the wiring, everything. But I'll get it put in place for the time being. It worked. Everything works perfect. We got an accurate, or so it seems, accurate gas gauge. And, well, that's really going to be great when we go to drive this thing around. So if you like this video, give it a like, a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And always come back to DIY Willy for more on the BAJA RZR, my Chevy Silverado, my Suzuki Samurai, my mini bikes, all my projects that we do. This was just a simple video on adjusting the ohms for the gas gauge to read correctly. And it worked out perfectly. This is exactly what I wanted. Again, that was a Dolphin ohms adjuster, whatever. I'll leave a link in the description down below where I bought it. And it worked perfectly. So, I guess with that said, this was just another short video. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out. And well, I'll see you next time. Bye.